Hey guys, Miss Leah here. So today we're going to do a sports video. We are going to do some basketball today. So if you have a basketball at home, go ahead and grab that. If you don't, that's all right. See if you have any sort of like bouncy ball that's this big or anything like that. And if you don't have one, then next week you can come in for Kids Club on Tuesday and you can take a basketball home with you. And then you can watch it sometime during that week and do it. So just get one when you come into Kids Club next time, and you can watch the video at home with a ball from here. And then you can just bring it back next week. Alrighty, so we're going to get started. We're going to do some ball handling today because we don't really have a hoop to shoot at with each other. And then, so to start off, we're going to get a little warmed up. So we're going to go back and forth on our fingertips here with the ball. So whenever we dribble, we want to use our fingertips, not our palm, like that. So, before we get to dribbling, we're going to do a little bit of this. Make sure we start with using our fingertips. So just go back and forth in your hands, on your fingertips. Back and forth, back and forth. You can go fast, you can go up high, you can bring it down here. Just back and forth on your fingertips. Alrighty, next, make sure our arms are warmed up. We're going to go round in circles around our stomach like this. So take it from one hand to the other. So you got it in one hand and pass it off to the next. And around in a circle. See how many times you can do it without dropping it. So right now I'm going left and then I'm going to switch and go right. So you can switch directions. And then switch again. See which way is easier for you to go. I think it's a little easier for me to go to the left, this way. All right, and then if you want to try around your head, and then around your stomach. Or you can just do a couple around here. You can alternate. Do one up here, one down here. Back and forth, just getting our arms warmed up. Alrighty. If you're loose, we're going to get started, do a couple of different things here. So first, we're going to start with some dribbling. So for dribbling, like I said earlier, we want to dribble with our fingertips on the ball. Fingertips, pushing it up and down. We don't want to dribble with our palm like this. We want to dribble with our fingertips. We can control it better that way. So dribble up and down. You want to maybe have your knees bent a little bit. Don't want to stand up too straight. So up and down. We don't want to dribble like this. That's a little too high. We want to keep it down low where we can control it better. So preferably below the waist, up and down, up and down. If you can get it down below your knees, that's even better. Try, see if you can keep it below your knee. Like that. There you go. So, you probably started in your dominant hand, which for me, that's my left hand. So let's switch to the other hand. That's not your dominant hand. So we're going to use our non-dominant hand now. Might be a little harder. Remember, using our fingertips, keeping our knees bent a little bit, and dribbling it to our waist. Up and down. We can switch back to the other one. There we go. And then switch back. Do this side one last time. Alrighty, now we got dribbling with both hands down. Now we're going to try and put it together a little bit. So we're going to start in one hand, pick a hand. And what we're going to do is called a crossover. We're going to cross over to the other side. We're going to cross over to the other hand, like this. Now when you cross over, you want the ball to bounce out in front of you, right between your feet. So we start here and bounce between our feet, like that. Back and forth, back and forth. Now we can start, you can do a couple dribbles in one hand and then pass it over. And then do a couple dribbles in this hand, cross it over, like that. Keeping our knees bent. And remember, we don't want to dribble up here like this because it's harder to control. We don't want it towards our head, we want it lower than our waist and back and forth. And if you can, want to make it a little harder, you get below your knee and then cross it over. Below your knee. a little harder, we can go back and forth with just one dribble in between, back and forth, between each hand. Or we can do a couple dribbles in this hand, cross over, couple dribbles in this hand. Now, you're probably looking down at the ball when you cross over like this. See if you can keep your eyes up. Look at the camera. Keep your eyes up, dribble in one hand, cross over into the other hand, and keep dribbling. See how long you can keep your eyes up without looking at the ball. There you go. Do it a couple more times. Alrighty. This next one might be a little bit of a challenge, but we'll try it. So, we're going to keep our legs wider than shoulder width, so spread your legs out a little bit. And we're going to try to do a figure 8 between our legs. We're not going to bounce it, we're just going to take it and pass it to the other hand. And do a figure 8. That's our end goal, but first, you can do a couple, so we'll put our right leg out, and we're going to do some circles around that leg. Around and around, pass it on to the next hand. There you go. Do a couple around that leg. Get warmed up with these. So I went to the left, now I'm going to switch and go to the right. Keeping your knees bent. This one forward farther than the other. Back and forth. All right, we'll switch. Put your left leg out farther and go in circles. So I'm going to the left again. See if you can keep your eyes up to the camera. Make it a little challenging. All right, I'm going to go the other way now. Going to the right. Going around and around. Trying not to let the ball touch the ground. Alrighty. You can keep doing those and switching back and forth, or if you want to try the figure 8, that's what we're going to do now. So we're going to go make an 8 pattern in between our legs without letting the ball touch the ground again. So, I'm going to pass it off behind through my legs, and my other arm is going to catch it from behind my leg. Go back and forth, making a figure 8. Back and forth through the legs without letting the ball touch the ground. You can go slow if you need to, and then if you want to try the other way, bringing it back through the front. So your empty hand will catch the ball from the front, like that. There we go. And then I'm going to switch back and go backwards again. There you go. Alrighty. Good job. Last, I know we don't have a basket to shoot at or anything, but if you have a partner or a sibling or somebody doing this with you, you can pass back and forth. I'll teach you a couple passing things. So there's a chest pass and a bounce pass. Chest pass, you're going to hold it like this and flick it forward. I'll do it against the wall here. So flick it forward, like that. That's a chest pass, so you'll pass it to the other person's chest. If you want to do a bounce pass, in between you and the other person, you're going to bounce it halfway in between. Bounce it halfway like that. The other person can catch it. So practice that if you have a family member at home or something. And then if you don't have a basketball hoop outside at home or a park anywhere nearby, and you want to try practicing shooting a little bit, you can just go up against the wall. I have a wall up here. Now don't do this in your house. Go outside, and if you have a garage or a brick wall you can do it against, that. You're going to practice with one hand, your dominant hand, so the one you dribble with best. That one's going to go underneath the ball, and it's going to go up like that against the wall. So practice that a couple times. All right, and that's going to be it. So practice that at home, and I hope to see you at Kids Club on Tuesday. Bye.